and you got to listen to him. Would be a good thing.
But anyways, here we go.
From Juniata Valley High School, good afternoon, everybody, and get set for some District 6 Class A semifinal baseball action this afternoon. The Juniata Valley Hornets, the number 1 seed in District 6 against the number 5 seed, the Homer Center Wildcats. And we're going to bring this action to you and pray that the rain holds off. The latest forecast map shows it arriving just around 4 o'clock. So we'll hope for a fast-paced game that beats the raindrops. We're positioned deep beyond the center field fence and actually left center, and we're going to bring the action to you as best we can this afternoon. It's a windy day, so you might notice some wind in the microphone, but these are all things that we can handle as we get set to bring you this one here today. Juniata Valley and Homer Center. Coming back, we're going to give you the starting lineups for these teams, tell you about the pitchers as well. It is District 6 Class A semifinal baseball action on Renda Digital TV.
Since 1958, the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club has been the heart of youth sports in the Greater Homer Center School District. From spring to summer, the Booster Sports Complex is alive, with kids learning the great games of baseball and softball, building skills, friendships, and future Wildcats pride. We're proud to be the foundation for varsity excellence. Good luck to the Homer Center Wildcats in the playoffs from the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club.
Robindale and its affiliated companies are proud to be a sponsor of all student athletes in the area. For nearly 2 decades, Robindale has been cleaning up refuse coal piles that dot and scar the western Pennsylvania landscape. To reclimate and beautify these areas, Robindale believes deeply in safety, compliance, and community responsibility. If you would like to become a part of the Robindale team, you can contact them at 814-446-6700, extension 122, or see how Robindale can assist your business at robindale.com.
IRMC's Mountains Behavioral Health offers comprehensive mental health treatment with separate wings for adolescents, adults, and seniors. From anxiety to depression to schizophrenia and many other conditions, including dementia, Mountains Behavioral Health tailors its services to the medical, emotional, and social needs of its patients. Mountains Behavioral Health, exceptional personalized mental health treatment to help you feel better and thrive. Close to home on the IRMC main campus.
A well-maintained field doesn't happen by accident, and neither does a beautiful backyard. At Burdick Landscaping, they know the details matter, from clean edges and healthy lawns to outdoor spaces that stand out all season long. Whether you need mowing, mulch, landscaping design, or complete property maintenance, Burdick Landscaping brings the same level of precision and care you expect from a championship caliber team. Make your yard the talk of the neighborhood with Burdick Landscaping.
I'm taking it down. I didn't bring stakes, so it's going to blow away first. We can move that. I just need to get it down enough. I appreciate the help. I just need to get it down enough to where I can pump it up quick if I need to.
All right, we've just been informed a couple of moments ago that they're going to start this game early, so they're looking at a 1:50 first pitch, which would be 2 minutes from now. Having said that, the umpires meeting is just going on now here from Juniata Valley High School. We just got a tremendous wind burst that is going to cause us to move some of the equipment around a little bit. So as they do that, let me give you our starting lineups this afternoon. Homer Center, the away team, and here's the batting order for Coach Scott Bauer. Batting first is the catcher, Braden Rado. In the 2-hole, it's Nash Budner, the shortstop. Dom Shimko on the mound today, and Dom will bat third. Eli Turk, the right fielder, hitting fourth. Drew Fisher is in the 5-hole. He's in left field today. Colin Dunn is your third baseman flex player, and he will bat sixth. The Connor DeArmond, the center fielder, will bat seventh. Matt Zerfoss, the first baseman, hitting eighth, and Chase Schaup, the freshman second baseman, batting ninth for Homer Center. For Juniata Valley, their pitcher, Ethan Scalia, is the leadoff hitter. The shortstop, Elijah Johns, bats second. The third baseman, Kyler Sperlin, will bat third. In the cleanup hole is the first baseman, Matt Dick. Nate Rodkey, the center fielder, bats fifth. The sixth hitter is Bobby Hess in right field. Dimitri Boyd, the second baseman, bats seventh. Ethan Wright is the catcher, batting eighth. And batting ninth is the designated hitter, Logan Harpster. He will bat for the left fielder, Gavin Smith. So it is the pitching matchup of Shimko against Scalia this afternoon, and we'll get some numbers for the two of them as they'll break up this meeting and get right back out onto the field, because I think they want to get as much baseball in as they can before we have to worry about rain. For Dom Shimko, on the season, a 1-2 record, a 4.11 ERA for Dom, 32 1/3 innings pitched. He has given up 28 runs, 19 of them earned, walked 18, struck out 39 on the season. So that's your Homer Center pitcher. And let's get you Scalia. He is the pitcher this afternoon for Juniata Valley. He comes into the game with a 6-2 record and a 2.29 ERA in 11 appearances. 52 innings pitched. He's given up 36 runs, 17 of them earned. Walked 13, struck out 50. And Juniata Valley takes the field to get this one underway. Let's set their defense for you, and we'll soon be playing some ball. Third to first for the Hornets, Kyler Sperlin's at third. Elijah Johns, the shortstop. The second baseman is Dimitri Boyd, and the first baseman, Matt Dick. The left fielders, Gavin Smith. Nate Rodkey in center. Bobby Hess is in right field. The battery, Ethan Wright is your catcher, and Ethan Scalia is the pitcher. And they will get set to face Rado, Budner, and Shimko. To lead off this game for Homer Center, we're just about ready to play some baseball. We thank you for joining us here on Renda Digital TV. Let's take a quick timeout, come back with first pitch.
Your dreams with quality construction by Rado Inc., where our name says it all. No job too big or small. With over 40 years of experience, we cover everything from custom-built homes to precise masonry, proudly supporting the Homer Center Wildcats in the District 6 semifinals. Because like baseball, strong foundations lead to victory. Visit us along Red Maple Drive in Homer City or call 412-289-0382.
Braden Rado ready to step in and get this baseball game underway a little bit early. We're glad you're with us here today, Rado. We'll take a ball. That's going to be one of our challenges here today. We don't see the scoreboard because it is actually in front of us. We're positioned behind the scoreboard, 1-0, and he'll ground this one, and that is inside the bag into short left field, a base hit for Braden Rado to lead off this baseball game. So the Wildcats with a runner on for Nash Budner. Never even got a chance to get Braden's numbers out for you. But that'll happen. We will get you rolling. Budner steps in with a runner on first and nobody out. And Scalia's pitch squaring around to bunt. He gets it down. Sacrifice works. Rado to second base. It goes 1-3. One away with the runner now in scoring position for Homer Center. And Don Shimko, Dom will come to the plate. He is Homer Center's starting pitcher here this afternoon. Dom steps in with a .328 batting average. Runner on second and one away here in the first. He takes a strike. 20 hits and 61 at-bats. 6 doubles and a triple. His extra base hits so far this season. No balls and a strike, and he'll take that one up high for a ball. I was describing our broadcast position. It's sort of like doing a football game at Marion Center. The players are that small without the elevation. That's a strike. And it's 1-2 on Shimko. Rado a short lead off second base. Dom puts this one into the air. Third baseman calling for it. And making the catch is Kyler Sperlin. And there are 2 outs for Eli Turk. Eli had 3 hits in the quarterfinal game, the win over St. Joseph. He'll step in there. Runner on second and 2 away. The stretch, and that's a called strike. Eli batting .382 on the season, 21 for 55. Check swing. That is strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. 3 of his 18 hits have been for extra bases, all of them doubles. Rado took off and stole second or third base there. I didn't even see that. My head went down in the dirt. So Braden is just 90 feet away. A ball and 2 strikes on Turk. Top half of the first inning and the pitch. And did that get him? Just a ball. Two and 2. That is a short, soft liner. Oh, no, that was actually a hopper, a 1 hopper. And it is a foul ball. That's going to be the problem here. One of the things you notice about this field when you're down there is that the batter's box is a turf batter's box. And so if you get the hit in the box, it's not going to act the same way it would if it was dirt like the rest of the field. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and now the count goes full on Turk with Drew Fisher waiting on deck. Rado off of third. The 3-2 pitch. And that hit the batter. Turk will go to first base. Rado was thinking about coming home there. That opportunity isn't there for him, though. Drew Fisher steps in. First and third, 2 outs. Here in the first, Drew heated up as the season went on. And they're going to look Turk back. Cooled off a bit after that middle part of the season. He was on fire. But a .329 batting average for Drew. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 1 on an off-speed pitch. 21 for 55. Check that. 23 for 70 for Drew. The 0-1, that's grounded. Oh, takes a big hop and into left field for the base hit. That kid could have been the best fielder in Western Pennsylvania. He never would have got to that. It hit something and did a little Tony Kubek up over his head and into left field. The RBI single puts Homer Center on top, 1-0. First and second for Colin Dunn. So the Wildcats break the ice first. Scalia will look toward second base. Second baseman was threatening, but Turk is back. Colin, 275 on the season, 14 for 51. He will take a ball, 1-0. A little bit of a trouble spot here for Juniata Valley in the first. They've given up a run. And there is a fly ball, shallow left. That's center. That's going to get in? No, it doesn't. That's a really nice play. Really nice play by the second baseman, Dimitri Boyd, to haul that one in shallow right field. I guess that was. From our angle, it's really hard to tell, folks. We've played a half an inning, 1-0. Homer Center on the lead, and it is Renda Digital TV.
Homer City American Legion Post 493, a longtime backer of Homer Center Athletics, is pleased to be a part of today's broadcast and wishes the best of luck to the Homer Center Wildcats this season. Homer City American Legion Post 493 has served Homer City and our veterans for more than half a century. They are a staple of the community and believe in giving back. So have fun today, teams. Represent your communities well. From your friends at the Homer City American Legion Post 493.
Dan in a van hasn't returned your call? Chuck in a truck can't get there for 2 months? Stop dealing with fly-by-nighters and call a company that's fully capable for all your plumbing and heating needs. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated is on call 24/7, 365 days a year. Visit us at joyceplumbing.com. That's joyceplumbing.com. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated, the best place in town to take a leak. PA 042115.
RMC's Mountains Behavioral Health offers comprehensive mental health treatment with separate wings for adolescents, adults, and seniors. From anxiety to depression to schizophrenia and many other conditions, including dementia, Mountains Behavioral Health tailors its services to the medical, emotional, and social needs of its patients. Mountains Behavioral Health, exceptional personalized mental health treatment to help you feel better and thrive. Close to home on the IRMC main campus.
Bottom of the first inning, and the Homer Center Wildcats leading it 1-0. 1 run on 2 hits with 2 men left on base in the top of the first inning. And Nash, gosh, I'll get my right pitcher, Dom Shipko on the mound. Dom will face Ethan Scalia, Elijah Johns, and Kyler Sperlin. The 1-2-3 hitters for the Hornets. And we'll get this one going here. I want to thank our presenting sponsors this afternoon, Quality Construction and the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club. And all of our other wonderful sponsors as well for bringing us along. Dom completing his warm-up tosses. Rather a unique environment from which to do a game. You'll notice the wind all game long because it is kind of a windy day. And we're out here in open air, actually located behind the scoreboard. If there was a softball game, if they would just line up this softball scoreboard, we can see it. It's right beside us. But no. Scalia batting .403 on the season. 29 for 72, 10 runs driven in. All of his 29 hits have been singles this year. Field dimensions here are kind of unbelievable. We'll tell you about them as much as we can. Fastball from Shimko is in there for a strike. Dom quickly on deck of the top of the hill. And the 0-1. Low and outside. It's a ball and a strike. The one distance marker that we can see, the sign on the right field foul pole, says 342 feet. So down the right field line, 342. And then it runs back about 50, maybe 70 feet to where the fence actually takes a right angle and comes all the way across center field. So getting a ball out of this park would be a tremendous achievement. Grounder to Dunn at third base, his throw over. And Scalia is out. One away. For Elijah Johns, the shortstop, who was victimized by that bad hop grounder that drove in the run for the Wildcats. They lead at 1-0. First pitch swinging fouled out of play. John's batting, get this, .522 this season. 36 for 69. And he's got some power. 7 doubles, 4 home runs. I bet they were on the road. Fouls this one off. He's in an 0-2 hole to Dom Shimko. One out. And nobody on. Batter steps out. Now ready to go. And the 0-2 bounces up there. A ball and 2 strikes. With the wind, it will affect, especially the off-speed pitches. So early in the game, when you're using your off-speed stuff, it's probably not going to be as pretty as it might be 2 or 3 innings in. 1-2, and the pitch to Johns. Fouled that one off. Like to tell you the umpires, but we can't do that today because we are in deep left center field, and they did not arrive in time for us when we were up there getting the lineups. One away and a 1-2 count now on Johns. And the pitch, and there's a high fly ball. Left center field, Fisher dives for it, can't get there. Brilliant effort for Drew Fisher. Almost got it, the ball ticking off his glove. DeArmond was there to clean it up, but that is a base hit for Johns. And that does give us the chance to set the Homer Center defense for you as we tell you that Kyler Sperlin comes to the plate, the third baseman. Boy, Drew Fisher gave that a heck of an effort there. So a runner on, one away here in the bottom of the first inning. That's grounded sharply into center field. That's a base hit by Sperlin. First and second for Matt Dick. Here's your Homer Center defense. Colin Dunn, the third baseman. Nash Budner is the shortstop. Chase Schaup at second. And Matthew Zerfos is at first. Fisher in left. Connor DeArmond in center field. Eli Turk is your right fielder. Braden Rado is the catcher for Dom Shimko. Runners on first and second and one out. Here in the bottom of the first with Homer Center leading Juniata Valley 1-0. Sperlin awaits the first pitch from Shimko, and there it is. That's outside for a ball. 1-0. Shimko slows down the heart rate here. A 409 batting average for Sperlin. He's driven in 16 runs on this season. He takes a strike. It's 1-1. 5 doubles and a triple among his 27 hits. He's got 2 on here. Shimko stares him down. The stretch and the look back. Runner goes, and Rado's throw to third. That's going to be a double steal. Johns and Sperlin picking up the stolen bases. So 2 in scoring position with 1 out, and Matt Dick at the plate. That's a ball. It's a strike. Excuse me. It takes the umpire's voice a while to travel out here. The wind is blowing straight out, which probably gets his voice here about 5 seconds earlier than it might. 2nd and 3rd and 1 away, and the pitch by Shimko. That is a strike. And a called strike 3. 2 away, and boy, that was something Homer Center really, really needed. Now you're just looking at getting a basic out, and you don't really have to worry as much about the base runners who are on 2nd and 3rd base. Nate Rodkey, the center fielder, steps in, check swing, and it's a ball. 310 on the season with 15 runs driven in for Rodkey, the junior. 2 doubles and a homer among his 18 hits. 1-0. Shimko going with the full windup now. And there's a half swing, and it's 1-1. Dom trying to pitch his way out of a jam here in the bottom of the first inning. Homer Center scored a run in the top half of the inning on the RBI single by Drew Fisher. Now 1-1. The pitch to Rodkey is down low. 1-1. Bobby Hess, the right fielder, waits on deck. Shimko, the windup. Ball. And Dom is going to take a walk to the back of the mound and out onto the grass. 3-1. On Rodkey. 2nd and 3rd and 2 outs. Shimko, the windup and the pitch. And that is in foul territory. Shimko will give chase. Can't really see logistically what's down there in terms of a fence or what's out of play and what's not, but couldn't get to it. You go straight down over a hill as soon as you get off this field here. So the count full now as the wind picks up even more. And I cannot shield it any more than I am. Here's Shimko's pitch. And Rodkey takes the walk. And that'll load the bases for Bobby Hess. So the trouble gets a little bit deeper for the Wildcats, but still, if Shimko can get Hess, then you're out of the inning. A 271 average for Hess with 17 runs driven in. He's got 2 doubles and 3 home runs for Hess, who's just a little guy, but he's got a little bit of juice in the bat. Up high for a ball. Inning started with the ground out to third, followed by Johns with the single. Fisher almost caught that ball in the left field gap, left center gap. Fell for a hit though. Sperlin, a sharp single up the middle, the strikeout of Dick, and the walk to Rodkey. The bases are loaded with 2 outs and a 1-0 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss by Hess, and it's 1-1. Right-handed hitter back in there. Shimko's pitch, check swing. 2-1, they appeal to first and don't get it. Hess in 70 plate appearances, 59 at-bats, has struck out 24 times. Here's the 2-1 up high, and the count. 3 balls and a strike now with the bases loaded and nowhere to put Bobby Hess. So Dom is going to paw at the dirt there on the mound. Walk to the back of the mound and now back up on top. 3-1. 2 outs. Bases loaded, bottom of the first inning. Homer Center tried to protect a 1-0 lead. And the pitch. Fouled back. Count goes full once more. And Dom will get that same ball back. And again, all the way back in the dirt, or in the grass in back of the mound. Back up on top of the hill, and here comes a 3-2 pitch. With the bases loaded. Hess awaits from the windup. The pitch. That is up high, walks in the run. And we're tied at 1. And everybody moves up. Hess with the RBI. And Dimitri Boyd, the second baseman, comes to the plate. Bases loaded with 2 away. A .367 batting average for Boyd. And the second pitch to him is down low. So Dom Shimko's having some difficulty finding the strike zone here in this bottom of the first inning. We are tied at 1. Grounded towards second. Shop, but took one of those great big hops, but Chase stuck with it, threw him out, and that ends the first inning. We head to the bottom half, or rather the top half of the second inning, 1-1. It is District 6 Class A semifinal boys baseball action on Renda Digital TV.
Since 1958, the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club has been the heart of youth sports in the Greater Homer Center School District. From spring to summer, the Booster Sports Complex is alive, with kids learning the great games of baseball and softball, building skills, friendships, and future Wildcats pride. We're proud to be the foundation for varsity excellence. Good luck to the Homer Center Wildcats in the playoffs from the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club.
Robindale and its affiliated companies are proud to be a sponsor of all student athletes in the area. For nearly 2 decades, Robindale has been cleaning up refuse coal piles that dot and scar the western Pennsylvania landscape. To reclimate and beautify these areas, Robindale believes deeply in safety, compliance, and community responsibility. If you would like to become a part of the Robindale team, you can contact them at 814-446-6700, extension 122, or see how Robindale can assist your business at robindale.com.
Build your dreams with quality construction by Rado Inc., where our name says it all. No job too big or small. With over 40 years of experience, we cover everything from custom-built homes to precise masonry, proudly supporting the Homer Center Wildcats in the District 6 semifinals. Because like baseball, strong foundations lead to victory. Visit us along Red Maple Drive in Homer City or call 412-289-0382.
At Juniata Valley High School, getting set for the second inning for the Homer Center Wildcats. It's Connor DeArmond, Matthew Zerfoss, and Chase Schaup. There's a strike to DeArmond, the center fielder. And Connor awaits the second pitch, and that got him in the back. So Connor takes first base. Leadoff hitter is on for the second inning in a row. And Matthew Zerfoss will come to the plate. IRMC at Chestnut Ridge is Urgicare next to the Chestnut Ridge Golf Resort and Conference Center. It is open 7 days a week for the treatment of minor injuries, minor illnesses. Many other services there. Some specialists have their offices there. IRMC dermatology, some pediatric care available there as well. Squaring around to bunt and getting it down for the Wildcats is Zerfoss, and that puts DeArmond down to second base for Chase Schaup. Runner on first. IRMC at Chestnut Ridge. The lab is open 7 days a week as well. Physical therapy services available. Get in, get out, and get better. They're open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. A ball to Chase Schaup, who is a very impressive fielder. He's made some really difficult plays. And the throw down to second base from the knees for the catcher right, and the ball bounces to Johns. And DeArmond is back in there. 2-0 on Schaup. That one gets through to the backstop, and the catcher has no idea where it is. And DeArmond moves up to third. So a runner on third with one away. It's not all that big of a distance between home plate and the backstop, but he couldn't find it and had no idea where to look. That's a strike. 3-1 now to Chase Schaup. Batting 188 on the year. He takes strike 2. DeArmond on second. The 3-2 is ball 4. And runners on first and third now, courtesy of a hit batsman and a walk. Mix in a wild pitch there and a sacrifice bunt. Braden Rado steps in, singled and scored in the first, leading off the game. He stole a base as well. And so he has a chance to help Homer Center reclaim the lead. These two teams have one common opponent on the year. Up high, ball 1 to Rado. They both beat Glendale. One and 0 to Rado. And the step off by Scalia. No action, nobody moving. The pitch. 1-1. Braden, a .403 batting average with 11 RBIs. 6 doubles and a triple as he takes a walk here, or he takes a ball, I should say. The glance over to first by Scalia. Now the pitch to Rado. That's a strike. With the shortstop, Johns over toward second base, and the ball goes right to him. Over to second and to first, and Rado slid in, and he is safe. And the run will score. Rado with the head-first dive for first base. It's a fielder's choice ground ball. RBI for Braden Rado. DeArmond scores. Schaup out at second. And Nash Budner steps in. Nash laid down the sacrifice bunt in the first to move up the runner. 2 outs now. And Rado on first. Budner. That is a foul ball. Man. Down that third base line. I had started to say just before Rado swung at that pitch that there's a hole between third and short that was pretty substantial with the shortstop playing over as much as he did, and then the grounder went right to where he was standing. Budner digs in. Scalia checks Rado. Here's the pitch, and Rado runs. Throw down, bounces into center field. Braden with another stolen base. That is his second of the game, and stolen base number 22 on the season for Braden Rado, which leads Homer Center by far, puts him in scoring position with 2 outs for Nash Budner. That's a called strike. Two outs and a run in here in the second inning. Homer Center up 2-1. Rado short lead off second base. He'll be running on contact. And there is contact. It goes up the middle and into center field. The base hit. Rado will round third. Nash Budner drives in Homer Center's third run of this game. Braden Rado aggressive on the base paths, and it pays off. Wildcats lead at 3-1. Shimko comes to the plate, popped out to the third baseman his first time up. Runner on first, 2 outs. Throw over to first, and Budner dives back in. District 6 Class A semifinal action. Claysburg-Kimmel, a 3-1 winner yesterday over Northern Cambria, awaits the winner of this one for the District 6 championship next Wednesday. Another throw over. Budner back in again. Nash must be a tempting target over there. And he is very aggressive, so he'll increase that lead by a half a step. He thinks it'll help. That's a strike to Shimko. Dom has driven in 21 runs on the season. Steps out. The glance over to first base by Scalia. And the pitch. And that's a line drive into the left center gap. It's going to get all the way to the fence. Budner is going to round third base, and he'll come in to score the double by Dom Shimko. And Homer Center takes a 4-1 lead. Wildcats early in this game have the sticks going, and Eli Turk steps to the plate, hit by a pitch in the first inning. Shimko, the pitcher, will go over and give a talk, actually, for the Wildcats. That's going to be the courtesy runner, Jaden Scherer, running for Shimko. Turk takes a strike. 2 outs. And a lot of action for the Wildcats. 3 runs in the inning. They lead it 4-1. It's a high fly ball, shallow center. Is it going to get down? Oh, what a play! What a beautiful diving play by Elijah Johns, the shortstop who must have run a mile to get there. And he makes the diving catch, and that'll end the inning. Wow, Wildcats put up 3. We head to the bottom half of the second inning. It's 4-1 Homer Center. District 6 Class A semifinal action on Renda Digital TV.
Since 1958, the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club has been the heart of youth sports in the greater Homer Center School District. From spring to summer, the Boosters Sports Complex is alive, with kids learning the great games of baseball and softball, building skills, friendships, and future Wildcats pride. We're proud to be the foundation for varsity excellence. Good luck to the Homer Center Wildcats in the playoffs from the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club.
IRMC's Mountains Behavioral Health offers comprehensive mental health treatment with separate wings for adolescents, adults, and seniors. From anxiety to depression to schizophrenia and many other conditions, including dementia, Mountains Behavioral Health tailors its services to the medical, emotional, and social needs of its patients. Mountains Behavioral Health, exceptional personalized mental health treatment to help you feel better and thrive. Close to home on the IRMC main campus.
Dom Shimko out to work his second inning on the mound for Homer Center. That was just a brilliant play to rob Eli Turk, probably of extra bases on that pop-up. The shortstop, Elijah Johns, wow, came from a far, far distance away, and that was going to fall between the third baseman, Sperlin, and the left fielder, Smith. They were just not going to get there. And a backhanded, diving, rolling catch by Johns. That ended the inning for Homer Center. But 3 runs on 2 hits in that inning, and the Wildcats lead it by a score of 4-1. And the 8, 9, and 1 hitters to the plate for Juniata Valley here in the second. Ethan Wright, the catcher, steps in. And a first pitch swinging foul ball down the left side. No balls and a strike on Wright. And the 0-1 is outside, gets to the backstop. 1-1. Right on the season, batting .217. Five hits, including a double. Driven in 2. 1-1 to him. And a chopper foul, third base side. Colin Dunwell track this one down. One and two on right, leading off here in the bottom of the second inning. The windup and the pitch by Shimko. That is called strike three. Right goes down looking. Second strikeout of the afternoon. Both of them looking this afternoon by Shimko, and that brings Logan Harpster to the plate. He's the designated hitter. .255 on the year for Harpster. He'll take a strike off speed. .16 for 59. Correction, 12 for 59. He's got a triple among his totals. No balls and a strike. One away. Shimko drops another one in there. I believe that was the signal for a strike. We are very, very far away in left center field. Nice contingent of Homer Center fans here on the hillside, though, watching this game. Here's the pitch. Swing. And foul back into the glove of Renda. 2 strikes now on Harpster. This one is grounded down the first base side. And foul. Inning started with the strikeout of Wright. Harpster. 2 strikes on him. And Shimko. The pitch. That's chopped right back to the pitcher, and Shimko will field it over to first. 2 away. For Scalia, who grounded out to third his first time up. The Juniata Valley pitcher. Nobody on, 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the second inning. A game that was moved up from the original start time of 4 o'clock to 2 o'clock, and then they decided everybody's here and we're ready to go. Why not start at 1:50? And so they did. Scalia squares around. Poole's calling Dunn in a little bit. He's already in on the grass. It was a ball. 1-0. The windup by Shimko in the pitch. Outside, 2 balls, no strikes now on Scalia. 4-1, Homer Center the lead. Which we feel we have to update you on repeatedly. Timeout called by the batter. The windup and the pitch. Driven foul down the right side. Tom was relying a lot on the fastball in the first inning. And it seems to be, from this angle anyway, mixing in some off-speed pitch now to keep him off balance. This one is a fly ball into left or center field. Connor DeArmond will range over, make the catch, and that'll end the second inning. We head to the third with the Homer Center Wildcats leading this District 6 semifinal baseball game by a score of 4-1 on Renda Digital TV.
Since 1958, the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club has been the heart of youth sports in the Greater Homer Center School District. From spring to summer, the Boosters Sports Complex is alive, with kids learning the great games of baseball and softball, building skills, friendships, and future Wildcats pride. We're proud to be the foundation for varsity excellence. Good luck to the Homer Center Wildcats in the playoffs from the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club.
IRMC's Mountains Behavioral Health offers comprehensive mental health treatment with separate wings for adolescents, adults, and seniors. From anxiety to depression to schizophrenia and many other conditions, including dementia, Mountains Behavioral Health tailors its services to the medical, emotional, and social needs of its patients. Mountains Behavioral Health, exceptional personalized mental health treatment to help you feel better and thrive. Close to home on the IRMC main campus.
Homer City Methodist Church and the Methodist Church of Blacklick are proud to cheer on our young athletes. Our churches are committed to helping everyone find success in life through faith, community, and giving. Sunday services in Homer City start at 9:30 and 11 in Blacklick. Our churches are also involved in outreach ministries by collecting new shoes to help people in developing countries start businesses of their own. Stop by, drop off shoes, and hear the message that changes lives. The Homer City Methodist Church and the Methodist Church of Blacklick, growing together, giving together, and making a difference.
A well-maintained field doesn't happen by accident, and neither does a beautiful backyard. At Burdick Landscaping, they know the details matter, from clean edges and healthy lawns to outdoor spaces that stand out all season long. Whether you need mowing, mulch, landscaping design, or complete property maintenance, Burdick Landscaping brings the same level of precision and care you expect from a championship caliber team. Make your yard the talk of the neighborhood with Burdick Landscaping.
Top of the third inning, Drew Fisher to the plate for Homer Center, and they got going a little quickly here. It's a ball and 2 strikes on Drew, who singled in the first to drive in a run. Wildcats leading at 4-1, and the pitch from Scalia. Fisher, swing and a miss. He's the first out of the third. 1 run, or rather 4 runs on 4 hits for Homer Center. 1 run on 2 hits for Juniata Valley. Colin Dunn grounded to the second baseman to end that first inning. Steps in now. Takes a strike. And this one, little one hopper, and that got through the shortstop, Johns. It short hopped him, and he tried to stay down on that ball, but that's going to go for an error and put a runner on for Homer Center for Connor DeArmond, who was hit by a pitch and scored in the second. Bats here in the third. 1 on, 1 out. Here's the pitch. And that is a ball to DeArmond. Connor can work a count. And swinging here, pops it straight up. Now that's a pretty hefty wind. And did not see a signal for the infield fly rule, so the catch is made by the shortstop. Two away for Matthew Zerfas, a sacrifice bunt for him in the first. Or second inning, I should say. 1 on and 2 out. And that's a strike on Zerfas. You can hear the wind, and we'll check it from time to time. It is still blowing out, and I don't know what the mileage is on it, but it's pretty substantial. There's a grounder, and that will bounce into left field for a base hit, and then bobbled there. But the single by Zerfas brings Chase Schaub to the plate with 2 outs. And runners on first and second. Chase walked last inning. The Wildcats tried to mount another threat, leading it by 3 runs. Up high to Schaub. Scalia's pitch is a called strike. It's 1-1. Out of the stretch, this pitch, and that is softly into right field. That is a base hit for Schaub to load the bases for Renda. So production out of the bottom of the order for Homer Center. Bases full for Braden Renda. 1 for 2. He's been on base twice, reached on a fielder's choice. He scored twice. He's driven in a run, and he's got a couple of stolen bases. And he's got the bases loaded with 2 outs. He'll take a ball in the dirt, which technically isn't true. It's in the turf because the batter's box area is all turf at this field. 1-0 in the pitch. Pop foul, out of play. Notice the right fielder, Bobby Hess, plays very, very deep for Juniata Valley, especially against a right-handed hitting lineup. That's roped foul down the left field line. The few fans who are on the line down there, that was headed right for them. Most of the fans that are here watching this game are out with us beyond the outfield fence. Renda in there again. 2 outs and the bases loaded. And they'll step out and press the reset button. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Braden goes down, and that will end the top of the 3rd inning. District 6 Class A semifinal baseball action. Homer Center leading at 4-1 as we head to the bottom of the 3rd on Renda Digital TV.
Since 1958, the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club has been the heart of youth sports in the Greater Homer Center School District. From spring to summer, the Booster Sports Complex is alive, with kids learning the great games of baseball and softball, building skills, friendships, and future Wildcats pride. We're proud to be the foundation for varsity excellence. Good luck to the Homer Center Wildcats in the playoffs from the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club.
Build your dreams with quality construction by Renda Inc., where our name says it all. No job too big or small. With over 40 years of experience, we cover everything from custom-built homes to precise masonry, proudly supporting the Homer Center Wildcats in the District 6 semifinals. Because like baseball, strong foundations lead to victory. Visit us along Red Maple Drive in Homer City or call 412-289-0382.
Bottom of the 3rd inning. And heart of the order coming up for Juniata Valley with the top-seeded Hornets trailing Homer Center 4-1. Another chance for us to tell you about IRMC at Chestnut Ridge, Urgicare next to the Chestnut Ridge Golf Resort and Conference Center. Opened in 2009, and so they're well established. And what a great healthcare option for folks from the Homer Center area. Blairsville, Derry, the United area, all of those communities in southern Indiana County have a wonderful health option. Urgent for the treatment of minor injuries and minor illnesses, the sorts of things that aren't emergencies. There's the emergency room at IRMC for that. But you need a cut stitched up. You need that work physical. Got a sprained ankle, need an x-ray. Get all of that done at IRMC at Chestnut Ridge. Get in, get out, and get better. Elijah Johns takes a ball. Singled and scored Juniata Valley's run in the first. And fouls this one off. This really is a potent offensive lineup for Juniata Valley, evidenced by the batting averages these kids bring in. John's batting .522 and lifts this one toward right. Drifting in and making the catch for the Wildcats is Eli Turk. There's one away. Sperlin singled in the first. .409 his batting average. 2 pitches and 1 out for Dom Shimko. Scott Bauer will take that every time. This one, first pitch swinging, fouling it out of play, is Sperlin. No balls and a strike. Here in the third with Homer Center leading it 4-1 in the pitch. That one is fouled and giving chase and down over the hill and making the catch for Homer Center was Matthew Zerfoss, but I believe that is out of play. Yes, it is. There is a line that marks what's in play and out of play, and that catch was over the line. And so it's just a foul ball. Sperlin back in there, and the pitch. Outside for a ball. It's sort of like jumping over the stands and running up through the 6th or 7th row and making the catch. It doesn't count if it's out of play. Here's the pitch. Check swing, fouled it off. That was a self-preservation swing there by Sperlin. It is 2:52. The weather radar predicted rain for 4 o'clock here at Juniata Valley. Dom Shimko, the windup and the pitch to Sperlin. Another foul ball out of play. So Sperlin in there with 2 strikes, staying alive. Shimko's pitch is outside for a ball. I'm guessing that makes it 2-2. Can't say for certain. Here's Dom's pitch. Chopped toward third and foul. Off speed there, got the batter out ahead of it. We're in the bottom of the third with Homer Center leading it 4-1, 1 out and nobody on. On a windy day in Juniata Valley, the pitch. That is a ball, boy. Homer Center fans from out here in the outfield, we all called that one a strike. Turns out we don't get a vote. Full count now to Sperlin. And Shimko's pitch. Fly ball into right field. And making the call and the catch is Eli Turk for the second out of the inning. Eli has caught both of those balls. Chase Schaub was out and checking. He thought he had a beat on it, but it is Eli's ball to call, and he did. Made the catch, and there are 2 outs here in the second inning. Matt Dick steps to the plate. Strikeout looking in the first. And bats here with 2 outs and nobody on. In the third, looks at a ball. He's a .281 hitter. One and 0 to Dick. And takes it low, ball 2. 2 home runs on the season for Dick. 16 hits overall. He's got 3 doubles. He's ahead in the count 2-0 with 2 outs and nobody on. Here in the third. Wildcats leading by 3. Shimko's pitch. Off speed. Ball 3. So a 3-0 hole here for Dom Shimko, and again, he'll give himself the pep talk, take a walk behind the mound. He's ready to go. Dick steps in. He's ready to go. A 3-0 pitch he'll most likely be taking. He is, and it's a strike. Three and 1. Hornets looking for base runners here in the third. And the pitch from Shimko. That's ball 4. Dick down to first with 2 outs. It is the third walk of the afternoon issued by Dom Shimko. And Nate Rodke, who walked in the first, will step in. 1 on and 2 outs. Here in the third, a .310 hitter, Rodke. 2 doubles and a homer. He's driven in 15 runs. And that's low for a ball. 1-0. The run that was scored by Juniata Valley in the first inning was on a bases-loaded walk. Dom issued 2 in a row, 1 to Rodke and 1 to Hess. After a couple of singles. 1-0 here to Rodke. Up high, and it's 2 balls, no strikes, and Braden Rado is going to go out and talk to his pitcher. Availability for Homer Center pitchers should be pretty high. I think everybody's eligible to go as long as Coach Bauer wants. Dom is doing the job here early. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. 4-1 Homer Center. 2 balls, no strikes on Rodke with a runner on first. A glance at the runner. The stretch in the pitch. Grounded right back toward Schaup at second base. Steps in front of the runner, throws him out, and that'll end the inning. Nice play by Chase to avoid that runner and get to the baseball. So we played 3. The Homer Center Wildcats in this District 6 Class A semifinal baseball game lead Juniata Valley 4-1 on Renda Digital TV.
RMC's Mountains Behavioral Health offers comprehensive mental health treatment with separate wings for adolescents, adults, and seniors. From anxiety to depression to schizophrenia and many other conditions, including dementia, Mountains Behavioral Health tailors its services to the medical, emotional, and social needs of its patients. Mountains Behavioral Health, exceptional personalized mental health treatment to help you feel better and thrive. Close to home on the IRMC main campus.
Tom Budner's Heating and Cooling would like to congratulate Nash Budner and the Homer Center baseball team on an outstanding season and wishes the team success in today's game. Dedication, desire, persistence, and teamwork are qualities that make for a successful sports team and also for a successful business like Tom Budner's Heating and Cooling, the area's premier air ease dealer. Wishing Nash and the Homer Center baseball team success from Pap and everyone at Budner's Heating and Cooling.
We move to the fourth inning with Homer Center leading this baseball game with Juniata Valley by a score of 4-1. Your totals through 3 for Homer Center: 4 runs on 6 hits. They have left 4 runners on base, and actually they have left 6 runners on base, and they have committed no errors. For Juniata Valley, first pitch swinging here for Homer Center's Nash Budner, and he'll ground out 6-3. Juniata Valley 1 run on 2 hits. They have stranded 4 base runners. They've committed an error. Budner, 1 away for Dom Shimko. 1 for 2, a pop-up to third, and an RBI double for Dom. 1 into the left center gap that went all the way to the fence, and Budner was on first at the time, scored all the way from first. Outside for a ball. It's 2-0 on Dom. And the outfielder's playing very deep. They're playing no doubles. 2-0. Down low. 3 balls, no strikes on Shimko with Eli Turk waiting on deck. That's in there for a strike. It's one of those 3-0 strikes. You get it in the neighborhood, you're going to get the call. Here's the pitch. Spins away from that one, and Shimko will trot down to first base with the walk. Wildcats have had at least 1 on in every inning. In fact, Homer Center has had at least 3 on in every inning. With 1 out, Eli Turk steps to the plate, hit by a pitch and popped to short. It was the play by the shortstop, Johns, on what looked like it was going to fall in for a double in shallow left near the line. He came flying out of nowhere and made a diving, backhanded, tumbling catch that ended that second inning. Now Turk takes a ball here. Ball gets away, and a little trouble at first, and the throw down, and it gets away from the first baseman. But Dom Shimko is just going to stay there. He actually got trapped between first and second, and the throw went down to first base as he tried to scramble back, got beyond the first baseman. So Dom very fortunate there. They could have got him twice. That's a strike to Turk. It's 1-1. Now the pitch. There's a high fly ball foul. A ball and 2 strikes now on Eli Turk. As my voice turns into the voice of Louis Armstrong. One and 2. 1 on and 1 out. 4th inning, the pitch. Up high. 2-2 on Eli. In there again. Swung on and missed. That is strike 3. Turk goes down swinging. Second strikeout of the afternoon for Ethan Scalia. 2 away for Drew Fisher. An RBI single in the first. Struck out in the third. Steps in now. Fastball, fouled back. Boy, it looked like Drew was right on top of that pitch. So he was looking for heat right away. 0-1. Scalia glances over at first again, and here's the pitch. Grounded toward short. Fielded there by Johns over to second. That'll retire the side. We've played 3.5. Our presenting sponsors this afternoon, Quality Construction and the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club. The Wildcats lead at 4-1, heading to the bottom of the fourth on Renda Digital TV.
Your dreams with Quality Construction by Rado Inc., where our name says it all. No job too big or small. With over 40 years of experience, we cover everything from custom-built homes to precise masonry, proudly supporting the Homer Center Wildcats in the District 6 semifinals. Because like baseball, strong foundations lead to victory. Visit us along Red Maple Drive in Homer City or call 412-289-0382.
Since 1958, the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club has been the heart of youth sports in the Greater Homer Center School District. From spring to summer, the Booster Sports Complex is alive, with kids learning the great games of baseball and softball, building skills, friendships, and future Wildcats pride. We're proud to be the foundation for varsity excellence. Good luck to the Homer Center Wildcats in the playoffs from the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club.
Bottom of the fourth inning, the rain holds off so far. We keep our fingers crossed for that. Homer Center with the 4-1 lead over Juniata Valley, and our fingers are crossed for that too. In this District 6 Class A semifinal baseball game, the Wildcats scoring a run in the first 3 in the second, 1 in the first for Juniata Valley, and Homer Center leads at 4-1. And we're at the halfway point of this game, should we go 7. Bobby Hess steps in. Walked with the bases loaded, got the RBI in the first inning. And the right fielder will take a ball down low from Dom Shimko. Working his fourth inning. That's ball 2. Dom has walked 3 this afternoon. He has struck out 2. Given up just the 2 hits in the first inning. 2 balls and no strikes now on Hess. And that's a strike. When he's not playing on the mound, when he's not pitching, Dom Shimko will play shortstop for you. He'll play some third base. I've seen him over at first this season as well. Here's a 2-1, and that is lifted into left. Fisher, oh boy, Drew made that catch. I don't think he saw that until the very last second, and he took a couple of steps in, put the glove down on the grass surface, and the ball went in. That's a good play there by Drew Fisher. He puts the glove up, shielding again. The baseball basically is the color of the sky right now. It's a cloudy gray sky. Hard to see the ball. That's a really good play by Drew Fisher. 1 away for Dimitri Boyd. Ball to him. Boyd grounded out to first, or to second base, I should say, to end the first inning. And Dom Shimko with the 1-0 pitch. Called strike. Count evens up. Ready to work to the Hornets' second baseman, the 1-1. Off speed and outside, 2-1. Juniata Valley seated number 1 in District 6 Class A. Swing and a miss there. by Boyd. The Wildcats seeded 5th, but they went up to 4th seeded St. Joseph and handed them their hats, 16-3. Here comes the pitch to Boyd. Oh, thought he had called strike 3, did not get the call. Boyd batting .367 on the season. 11 for 30. He's a junior. Popped up. Shimko a couple of steps, but it's out of play. This field is an entirely different configuration than we were here for a Homer Center game many, many years ago. In fact, they didn't have the softball field where it is now, and this is a brand new location compared to then. That's a line drive into right field, a base hit for Dimitri Boyd. 1 on and 1 away here in the 4th inning. And we've got, I think, a pinch hitter coming in. We do. I'm trying to find that number. If I had to guess, I would say that's number 1, but they don't have a number 1 on their roster. If this young man would turn his back to us, maybe, is that a 7 maybe? That is Rick Meese, a sophomore, batting for the catcher right. Pitch by Shimko. High drive to left field. Fisher all the way back about 10 feet shy of the fence. Meese came in and gave it a ride. Drew came back. He maybe was less than 10, maybe 5 or 6 feet away. He looked back to find that fence. It's a really nice defensive play again by Drew Fisher. It ends up being an out. Pretty impressive drive there by Meese. 2 outs and 1 on. Ball in the dirt will get away, go to the backstop. And the runner, Boyd, will move up to second base on the wild pitch. Harpster, the designated hitter, to the plate, grounded out to the pitcher his first time up. A ball and no strikes, the runner now in scoring position. Harpster batting .255 on the year. He has driven in 7 runs. He's got a runner in scoring position now. Shimko takes a look back at Boyd. This pitch grounded toward short. Budner will field. Over to first, bounces it, and that's going to be an error. And runners on first and third. The throw will come home to prevent the runner from rounding third. So Boyd scrambles back. And now the tying run will come to the plate in the form of Scalia. 2 outs now, runners on first and third. Scalia, a .403 batting average with 10 RBIs. He can help his cause greatly here. Trailing 4-1, but he is the tying run stepping to the plate here in the 4th. Shimko will look over toward first. Expect the runner to go. He'll do the step off toward third. But Harpster wasn't biting on that. It's almost a given on a first and third situation that runner on first is going to take off for second base because they don't want to risk the throw down. This is driven into right field, coming hard for the Wildcats, and making the catch is Eli Turk, and that will end the threat and the fourth inning. Wildcats lead at 4-1, heading to the fifth on Renda Digital TV.
And in a van hasn't returned your call? Chuck in a truck can't get there for 2 months? Stop dealing with fly-by-nighters and call a company that's fully capable for all your plumbing and heating needs. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated is on call 24/7, 365 days a year. Visit us at joyceplumbing.com. That's joyceplumbing.com. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated, the best place in town to take a leak. PA 042115.
Less than 3 outs, he could have tagged up and run home, but he'd have to wait until the catch is made before he could run home. You can't leave the base until the catch is made. We're live. Okay, then. We're explaining a sacrifice fly that they could not get because the Homer Center Wildcats made the play with 2 outs in that inning. And so we move to the fifth inning of this District 6 Class A semifinal game, with the Wildcats leading at 4-1 and looking to get to Mount Aloysius College next Wednesday to play for their second straight District 6 championship. Their opponent would be Claysburg Kimmel. But they've still got some work to do as Colin Dunn leads off here in the fifth. First pitch swing, that is into the corner. That's going to be a double for Colin. Well, he's going to stop at first. He turned on that ball, made it all the way to the fence. We told you, though, before that the outfielders for Juniata Valley are playing very, very deep. So it's just a single for Dunn. And they'll put a runner in for him. And usually that runner is Jackson Taylor. Not certain if it is right now until we actually see him turn and show us his number. But there is a runner on first with nobody out. Wildcats have had a runner on base in every inning. Connor DeArmond steps in. 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch and he scored a run. The pitch bunted nicely. He'll look toward second, and DeArmond dives for first. The sacrifice will go 1-3. And making it to second base is the pinch runner. And we'll get a chance to look at his number and see who it is. It is Landon Schaup. Or Gavin Slay. Is that an 8 or a 9? That's an 8. So that's Gavin Slay. Zerfoss steps in 1 for 1 with the sacrifice bunt as well. That's a strike. It's 1-1. Short lead off second base. Grounded to the second baseman. Played there by Boyd. Zerfoss is out. Runner moves to third. Chase Schaup to the plate. 1 for 1 with a walk. And Chase steps in here in the fifth with 2 outs. Wildcats wouldn't mind a couple of insurance runs. Now I see the 9. That is a 9. And so that is Landon Schaup. Strike to Chase Schaup with Landon leading off of third base. 0-1 on Chase Schaup. And gets it to the second baseman. Nice hop there. And he'll throw him out. Boyd to Dick, and that'll end the fifth inning for the Wildcats portion of it anyway. And we head to the bottom of the fifth with Homer Center leading Juniata Valley 4-1 in this District 6 Class A semifinal on Renda Digital TV.
Homer City American Legion Post 493, a longtime backer of Homer Center Athletics, is pleased to be a part of today's broadcast and wishes the best of luck to the Homer Center Wildcats this season. Homer City American Legion Post 493 has served Homer City and our veterans for more than half a century. They are a staple of the community and believe in giving back. So have fun today, teams. Represent your communities well. From your friends at the Homer City American Legion Post 493.
Tom Budner's Heating and Cooling would like to congratulate Nash Budner and the Homer Center baseball team on an outstanding season and wishes the team success in today's game. Dedication, desire, persistence, and teamwork are qualities that make for a successful sports team and also for a successful business like Tom Budner's Heating and Cooling, the area's premier air ease dealer. Wishing Nash and the Homer Center baseball team success from Pap and everyone at Budner's Heating and Cooling.
Bottom half of the fifth inning. And Homer Center leading this ball game 4-1. Again, our presenting sponsors this afternoon, Quality Construction and the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club. Somebody just took a look at the radar, said that rain's getting closer. It's 3:21. The prediction was that the rain would get here at about 4 o'clock. We've got a few innings left to play here, though. And for Juniata Valley, Johns, Sperlin, and Dick stepping in to face Dom Shimko here in the fifth. Elijah Johns singled and scored in the first, a fly out to right field. In the third inning, bats here in the fifth, it's 1-0. The shortstop. Chopped to Budner. Short hop and can't handle it. The runner slides into first, and Johns is on base. Leadoff hitter gets on. For Juniata Valley, and that brings Kyler Sperlin to the plate. Sperlin bringing a .409 batting average into this game. He is 1 for 2, a single, a stolen base, and a fly out to right field. One on and nobody out. Throw over to first, it gets away. And heading down to second base is Johns. So 2 errors put a Juniata Valley Hornet in scoring position at second base with nobody out. Shimko will step off. So danger zone here for the Wildcats, but a 4-1 lead. And turning and faking the throw to second base was Shimko. First baseman playing up for the Wildcats. But Sperlin with a .409 batting average. I don't know that they would want him bunting here. He digs in. The pitch is a ball. Dom Shimko, again, he'll walk to the grass in back of the mound. Sperlin stays in the box. And Shimko, long glance at second base. Couple of more. Now the pitch. Foul back. 1-1. Matt Dick waits on deck. Outfield deep for Homer Center. Shimko's pitch. That's into left field, a base hit. Charging is Fisher. And there are runners on first and third now. And Matt Dick will come to the plate, representing the tying run. A .281 batting average with 21 RBIs for Matt Dick. Struck out in the first looking, walked in the third inning. Nobody out, runners on first and third. Homer Center with a 4-1 lead here in the fifth. Juniata Valley to the plate. The wind blowing out, and it's a strong wind. Dick has 2 home runs on the season. Shimko's pitch is up high, ball 1. Really deliberate pace here in the fifth. Here comes a 1-0 pitch. 2 balls, no strikes now on Matt Dick. You just get a feeling that this is a really, really key part of this ball game. Nobody out. First and third. 2-0 on the Hornets' first baseman. Shimko's pitch called strike. As this front has been moving in, it's gotten noticeably colder here at the field too. There's a swing and a miss. And the runner will go. And Sperlin is in with an uncontested stolen base. Second and third. Wind blowing even harder. Two strikes now on Dick. Everybody steps off, and here we go again. The windup by Shimko. Called strike 3. For the second time this afternoon, Matt Dick is called out on strikes. Shimko's third strikeout of the afternoon. They've all been called. Rodkey will step in 0 for 1 with a walk. 1 out, runners on second and third. And I just felt a raindrop on my cheek and another on my face, and there come a couple of more. Fouled back by Rodkey. So we might be getting some rain here. which complicates things from a broadcast perspective in addition to affecting the ball game. Here comes the pitch to Rodkey. Swing and a miss. Dawn might be turning it up a little bit here. One out and runners on second and third. 4-1 Homer Center in the bottom of the fifth inning. Here's the pitch. That is a ball. You hear the Homer Center fans off to our left not liking that. Colin Dunn turned around with a hopeful gesture. Rodkey in there again. Shimko out of the full windup with runners on second and third. Here is the pitch. And this is lifted into shallow left field, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Fielded by Fisher, and the run will come home to make it 4-2. On the bloop single, Fisher with a really nice throw. The runner, Johns, went back to third base, but then Sperlin, coming from second, was already there at third, so Johns really had no choice but to run. And didn't get a good jump off the bag. He managed to get home, though. And now it's a 2-run game with runners on first and third. As Hess steps in 0 for 1 with a walk. 4-2 Homer Center. Steps off toward third once again. Fakes the throw. Looks back to first. Nothing doing. Now the pitch. Down low. Runner goes. And Rodkey is on second base. No throw on the steal. One and 0 on Hess. Tying run now at second base. One out in the inning. The pitch by Shimko. That's pop foul. Hess out of the box. A .271 hitter. He's driven in 17 on the season. Now back in there. Shimko. Everybody steps off. They don't seem to care that it's threatening rain. All right, so here we go now. Second and third and one out. One run in, 4-2 Homer Center the lead here in the fifth. Hess squares around, and they've got the runner tied up, but nobody at third base. Dunn was charging. Had an opportunity there to get that runner. But Sperlin got back. And here we go again. Shimko's pitch. Up high for a ball. can't give you a count right now. Dom winds and the pitch. Fouled back. If I'm guessing, and I am, it's 2-2. Game is slowed to a snail's pace, and here's the pitch. Ball 4. And the bases are loaded. Dimitri Boyd steps in. 1 for 2 in the afternoon. Grounded to second and a single. 1 out and the bases loaded. With Juniata Valley trailing by 2, and now Scott Bauer walking toward the home plate umpire. And then reversing direction. Boyd, a .367 hitter. Runner breaks for home. The bunt. They're going to tag him out. And Renda then wanted to throw to third. It was a race between Budner and the runner, Rodkey, and Braden dropped the ball anyway. But that is a caught stealing on the failed bunt. The tag out by Renda. Runners move up. Good play by Homer Center. 2 outs now. Boyd with runners on second and third. That's outside for a ball. Should be 1-1. As Boyd did offer at that bunt. They put the squeeze on with the bases loaded. Here is Shimko trying to get out of this jam. In the dirt, good block by Renda. Count should be 2-1. 2 on, 2 outs. 5th inning, Homer Center, a 4-2 lead. Shimko. Chopped toward third. Dunn will field. Over to first, and he got him, and that'll end the inning. Juniata Valley does pick up a run. They make it a 5-4 game, but the Wildcats out of trouble. And we head to the 6th with Homer Center leading at 4-2 on Renda Digital TV.
RMC's Mountains Behavioral Health offers comprehensive mental health treatment with separate wings for adolescents, adults, and seniors. From anxiety to depression to schizophrenia and many other conditions, including dementia, Mountains Behavioral Health tailors its services to the medical, emotional, and social needs of its patients. Mountains Behavioral Health, exceptional personalized mental health treatment to help you feel better and thrive. Close to home on the IRMC main campus.
Since 1958, the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club has been the heart of youth sports in the Greater Homer Center School District. From spring to summer, the Boosters Sports Complex is alive, with kids learning the great games of baseball and softball, building skills, friendships, and future Wildcats pride. We're proud to be the foundation for varsity excellence. Good luck to the Homer Center Wildcats in the playoffs from the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club.
Homer Center coach Scott Bauer probably would love a few insurance runs. He would also love to beat the rain here, though. as we get it rolling for the 5th inning. Pitching change for Juniata Valley. Scalia moves to shortstop after throwing 5 innings. Sperlin moves from third to the mound. And Johns will go over to third base. So the new pitcher is Kyler Sperlin, and he will face the top of the order for Homer Center, Rado, Budner, and Shimko. It's just a very light rain right now. We're hoping it stays that way. It is much, much colder now, and the wind is constant and hard, blowing straight out. Rado steps in. He is 1 for 3 this afternoon. He scored twice, having reached on a fielder's choice in addition to his first inning single to lead off the game. First pitch from Sperlin is a ball. Sperlin, in the game that we did last year at Central Cambria High School, was the starter, and he throws bullets. Actually, he throws BBs just as fast as a bullet and much, much smaller and harder to see. He appears to have fallen behind 3-0 here. That was the game that they beat Northern Cambria at Central Cambria High School. That was the semifinal game before they played Homer Center and lost. Sperlin, the pitch to Rado here, and that is to the backstop. So that's his 4th pitch, and Rado's still in there, so it must be 3-1, unless one of those other pitches was a strike. Now the pitch, swing and a miss. And one of those other pitches was a strike because that is a strikeout. He was tremendous last year in that Northern Cambria game. They couldn't touch him. Budner steps in. Nash is 1 for 2, a sacrifice bunt, a single, a run scored, and an RBI. One away, Sperlin's pitch. Outside for a ball, 1-1. Two balls and a strike on Nash. And the pitch. Fly ball left field. Actually foul territory, and the third baseman, Johns, backs up and makes that catch in shallow left, so it'll go as a foul out to the third baseman. It brings Shimko to the plate. Dom 1 for 2, an RBI double, and a walk. 2 outs and nobody on, and a strike. That's a ball, 1-1. Fouled back, a ball and 2 strikes on Shimko. We're in the 6th inning. Homer Center leading it 4-2. District 6 Class A semifinal baseball. And that, did it get Dom or not? Evidently got out of the way of that pitch. 2-2. Ball 3. Evidently that was ball 3. No, it was ball 4. Everybody lost track of the count there. Dom will trot down to first base, and so there's been a runner on base in every inning for Homer Center. Eli Turk steps to the plate, 0 for 2 and hit by a pitch. 1 on and 2 outs. Sperlin's pitch fouled off. 0 and 1. Throw over, diving back is Dom Shimko. Down low. Eli Turk with 3 hits in that St. Joseph's game the other day. Here's the pitch, down low again, gets to the backstop. Shimko breaks and gets into second base. So Turk with a runner in scoring position. Sperlin's pitch. This is a fly ball, deep left field, and oh, what a catch again. My goodness, Gavin Smith, what a play for the left fielder. A step shy of the fence, he reaches out and makes the catch to end the inning. Wow. We head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Homer Center leading Juniata Valley 4-2 on Renda Digital TV.
Homer City American Legion Post 493, a longtime backer of Homer Center Athletics, is pleased to be a part of today's broadcast and wishes the best of luck to the Homer Center Wildcats this season. Homer City American Legion Post 493 has served Homer City and our veterans for more than half a century. They are a staple of the community and believe in giving back. So have fun today, teams. Represent your communities well from your friends at the Homer City American Legion Post 493.
A well-maintained field doesn't happen by accident, and neither does a beautiful backyard. At Burdick Landscaping, they know the details matter, from clean edges and healthy lawns to outdoor spaces that stand out all season long. Whether you need mowing, mulch, landscaping design, or complete property maintenance, Burdick Landscaping brings the same level of precision and care you expect from a championship caliber team. Make your yard the talk of the neighborhood with Burdick Landscaping.
Homer Center Wildcats leading the Juniata Valley Hornets 4-2 in this District 6 Class A semifinal game. Homer Center came within, 6 inches of adding a run there in the 6th. But the great play by Gavin Smith, the left fielder, charging into the gap, making the catch right at the fence on the run. That was a really nice play. They had a couple of those in this game today. For Juniata Valley, Ethan Wright, the catcher, is the scheduled hitter, but I don't think this is right. Now, that might be. Meese pinch hit for him last time. Wright is going to square around to bunt. And Meese drove it to the fence before the catch by Fisher. So they're so distant we can't see for sure. One wears number 4, one wears number 7. And Dom Shimko, his day on the mound is over. He is at shortstop now, and Nash Budner takes over on the mound. Fouled back here. So Shimko goes 5, gives up the 2 runs. One of them earned. Budner's pitch, and popped up, and Nash is going to handle himself one away. for Logan Harpster. Grounded out and reached on an error. One away. The number 9 hitter, the designated hitter. Fastball is a ball. Nash went the whole way in the win over St. Joseph. And that's fouled back. 1-1. They've been late on their 3 swings so far in this inning. This one is softly back to Budner. 2 away. So Nash gets a putout. Nash gets an assist. Scalia comes to the plate with 2 outs and nobody on. Rain picks up a little bit more. Scalia 0 for 3. A ground out and 2 flyouts. He'll take a ball. And it's ball 2. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-1. Our crew is scrambling to catch up with the wind and the rain here. Two balls and a strike now on Scalia. And that's a ball. Two outs, nobody on. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Can Nash punch him out? There's the pitch. Chop foul. We're in the bottom of the 6th. The Wildcats leading it by 2. 4-2. Budner working his first inning of relief. The pitch off speed. Renda will field that, but it will be a foul ball. Another payoff inside ball 4. Johns will step in. 1 for 3. He's reached base twice, singled and scored in the first inning. A fly out to right in the 3rd. Reached on an error, came around to score in the 5th. Bats in the 6th with 1 on. He is the tying run. And he takes one in the back. The hit by pitch will put 2 men on. For Sperlin, he is 2 for 3. Runners on first and second now. Inning started with a pop-up to the pitcher, then a grounder to the pitcher, then a walk and a hit batsman. First and second, Sperlin. Fastball is up high. Sperlin representing the lead run. Swing and a miss. The way this wind is blowing so hard and straight out, you get one up into it, it could go some distance. 1-1 on Sperlin. Fouled off. A ball and 2 strikes. Nash gets ahead of Kyler Sperlin. This afternoon's co-presenting sponsors, the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club and Quality Construction. A 1-2 pitch due for Sperlin with runners on first and second. And 2 outs. Budner spins toward second base. Nash will check him out again. Dancing off of the bag is Scalia. Grounded to third, and that'll get into left field for the base hit. Fisher comes up with it. The bases will be loaded. With 2 outs, Matt Dick 0 for 2. He struck out looking twice. He walked as well. And the first baseman will step in with the bases loaded and 2 away in the bottom of the 6th inning. A 2-run deficit for Juniata Valley. Budner. Chopped toward third. Foul. 0-1. Tying run at second, lead run at first. Bases loaded here in the 6th with 2 away. The 0-1 pitch. That is called strike 2, I believe, with the wind howling the way that it is. It's hard to say for certain, but I believe it's 0-2. Down low. A ball and 2 strikes. Rain falling harder. Nash working out of the stretch with the bases full. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The Wildcats have 1 mile to go, leading 4-2 after 6. District 6 Class A semifinal baseball on Renda Digital TV.
Homer
RMC's Mountains Behavioral Health offers comprehensive mental health treatment with separate wings for adolescents, adults, and seniors. From anxiety to depression to schizophrenia and many other conditions, including dementia, Mountains Behavioral Health tailors its services to the medical, emotional, and social needs of its patients. Mountains Behavioral Health, exceptional personalized mental health treatment to help you feel better and thrive. Close to home on the IRMC main campus.
Since 1958, the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club has been the heart of youth sports in the Greater Homer Center School District. From spring to summer, the Booster Sports Complex is alive, with kids learning the great games of baseball and softball, building skills, friendships, and future Wildcats pride. We're proud to be the foundation for varsity excellence. Good luck to the Homer Center Wildcats in the playoffs from the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club.
We are back at Juniata Valley. The rain has arrived, and I'm sitting out in the middle of it. And our crew is scrambling to keep the covering over the equipment, but it threatens to blow away. We've got an inning to go here for Homer Center to make it to the District 6 championship game. They will send Fisher, Dunn, and DeArmond to the plate here in the 7th. 4-2 Homer Center. A ball to Drew Fisher. RBI single in the first for Drew. A strikeout and a ground out. It's 2-0. As that one got away. Baseball is wet now. Makes it a little harder to get a grip on it. Sperlin working his 2nd inning. That's a strike. 2-1. Drew's made some sparkling plays in left field this afternoon. Swing and a miss there, and it's 2-2. Here's Sperlin's pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes now on Drew Fisher. Now the pitch. That's ball 4. The streak is alive. Homer Center still has had a batter reach first base on every inning. Colin Dunn to the plate. 1 for 3, also reached on an error. That one was a single into the left field corner all the way to the fence, but they were playing so deep that he could get no further than first base on that play. Throw over will force Fisher to dive back in. Dunn will step out now. Sperlin out of the stretch. That's a ball. Oh, no, that's a strike. That is a strike. Throw over to first. Fisher dives back in again and just barely gets back in. A good move there by Sperlin. The 1 is up high. It's 1-1 on Colin Dunn. What a lovely start to a Memorial Day weekend, huh? Throw over again. Gonna do some laundry on Drew's uniform after this. Here's the pitch. That is a ball for Colin Dunn. We work in the 7th inning with Homer Center leading 4-2. Dunn fouls this one back. Sperlin out of the stretch, and the pitch to Colin Dunn. That one went all the way to the backstop, and Fisher will make it down to second base. The throw goes into center field. Drew was a step away from second base when the catcher threw that ball. Not a wise decision there. Boyd was backing it up, though. Here's the pitch to Dunn. Fouls it back. He stays alive. Now a runner in scoring position with nobody out and a 4-2 lead for Homer Center. 7th inning, a trip to the District 6 championship game on the line. Homer Center defeated Juniata Valley in that championship last year. They want to get back and do the same to Claysburg Kimmel. Dunn flies this one into left field. No, actually that is in foul territory by the third base bag. You lose it from this distance. You lose that ball so easily. But it is fielded there by Johns, one away for Connor DeArmond. Connor 0 for 1, hit by a pitch and a sacrifice bunt. Fisher on second base. And that is a strike to Connor. Sperlin's got that downward plane on his fastball. Chopped foul by DeArmond. So the smaller players, even though Sperlin is one of the bigger guys on this field, the smaller players he doesn't have as much difficulty with as someone else might. Two strikes here on Connor DeArmond. There's a timeout. Chops it, Fowler stays alive. Big steep embankments here beyond the outfield fence, and there have been kids that have been rolling down those hills all afternoon long. There go a few more. Scott Bauer talking to Connor DeArmond. With Fisher on second base, he got there on a walk. We're in the 7th inning. Wildcats by 2. Sperlin inside, and he got him. Second time today. If that was a hit by a pitch, it's either a walk or a hit by a pitch, and I believe it's a HBP. And if it is, it's the second time that DeArmond has been hit. And now a trip to the mound. And Sperlin was doubled over there. I don't know that he's hurt. He's now just doing some landscaping with his foot. But they've got everybody around on the mound for a conversation. With Matt Zerfoss stepping in, Matt 1 for 2. And a sacrifice bunt 2. It's a long conversation on the mound. Sperlin adjusting his jersey there, and I don't know if there were other adjustments going on there, but he's ready to face Matthew Zerfoss. And you hear the Homer Center fans trying to put a play on there at second base. The shortstop was over, standing in the way of Drew Fisher while the second baseman snuck in behind him. None of the umpires saw anything, and there was no play made. So we get at it again here. They continue to try to keep Drew Fisher close there. That's a ball to Zerfoss. First and second. One out here in the 7th inning. Homer Center leading it 4-2. That pitch is outside. There's the pitch outside again. Sperlin, some control problems here. Could end up costing him. Let's see. And the pitch, Zerfoss will swing through there. That's strike 3. So Chase Schaub will come to the plate. He's 1 for 2 and has also walked this afternoon. 2 outs, runners on second and third here in the 7th inning. Outfielders move up. Sperlin turns towards second. Fisher back. Outside and high for Chase Schaub. Now, Chase is the smallest guy on the field, and you can understand if Sperlin's going to keep the ball up on him that he's going to find some trouble there. He gets this one there for a strike, though. Made the adjustment. 1-1. Outside. 2 balls and a strike on Chase Schaub with Braden Rado waiting on deck. Three balls and a strike. Can the Wildcats load the bases for Rado? Comes into the game with a .403 batting average. Here's the pitch. Schaub will swing through. Got a piece of it. Count goes full now on Chase. Sperlin. A 3-2 pitch. That is down low, ball 4. The bases are loaded. Braden Rado steps in. He is 1 for 4 this afternoon. He's been on twice, reached on a fielder's choice. He singled. Scored 2 runs, driven in a run, stolen a couple bases. Struck out last inning against Sperlin. And he just got plunked on the shoulder. And that'll bring home a run for the Homer Center Wildcats. And if you are wondering, he has been hit by a pitch. Oh, I had it here somewhere. That is the 15th time. 15 times this season. And that one must have hurt a little bit because Braden is crouching over there at first base. We saw the game at West Shamokin where Braden got hit twice in one at bat because they said that he was leaning out over the plate. But an important run comes home after Rado is hit by the pitch. And the Wildcat lead is back to 3 at 5-2. Nash Budner ready to step in. 2 outs in the inning and a pitching change now. Juniata Valley will put a lefty in there. Trying my hardest to get that number. But again, very, very distant. So what I did was I took a picture of it and then zoomed it. And through that brilliant detective work, we find that the left-hander who has just come in is Blake Harpst for Juniata Valley. With 2 outs here in the 7th inning. Harpst, the lefty, to face Budner. 1 run in the inning, and the bases are loaded. Homer Center's lead back to 3 at 5-2. And that's a balk. Or is it? Wildcats were celebrating there. But I think they ruled that Nash had stepped out. And can you balk when the bases are loaded? I don't think you can. Budner on the ground to second base. The flip, and that'll end the 7th. But the Wildcats get an important run. We head to the bottom half of the 7th inning. One last chance for Juniata Valley. It is Homer Center 5, Juniata Valley 2 in this District 6 Class A semifinal game on Renda Digital TV.
Robindale and its affiliated companies are proud to be a sponsor of all student athletes in the area. For nearly 2 decades, Robindale has been cleaning up refuse coal piles that dot and scar the western Pennsylvania landscape. To reclimate and beautify these areas, Robindale believes deeply in safety, compliance, and community responsibility. If you would like to become a part of the Robindale team, you can contact them at 814-446-6700, extension 122, or see how Robindale can assist your business at robindale.com.
We're back at Juniata Valley, where we head to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Homer Center leading the Juniata Valley Hornets by a score of 5-2. Now, recall the history of these two teams playing each other last year in the District 6 championship game. Homer Center trailed in the bottom of the 7th and scored 4 runs for a 6-5 win. So you're not taking anything for granted here for the Wildcats. These two teams have both left a ton of runners on base. 12 left on base for Homer Center in this game. 10 left on base for Juniata Valley. Nash Budner will work his second inning, looking to pick up the save for Dom Shimko, who went 5 and did a really, really fine job for the Wildcats. Shimko now is the shortstop. For Nash, Nate Rodkey, Bobby Hess, Dimitri Boyd, the scheduled hitters. Rodkey will step in 1 for 2, a walk, a single, a run driven in, and a stolen base. 5-2 Homer Center on a wet, cold, windy day. Budner. A ball. Nash works from the stretch on every pitch. Is 1-0. Outside 2 balls, no strikes on Rodkey. Nash had some trouble in that last inning. He gets a strike here, 2-1. He got the first 2 batters on a pop-up to the pitcher and then a ground out to the pitcher. But then he walked a man, hit a man, and a base hit loaded the bases before he struck out Dick. 3 balls and a strike now on Rodkey. Wildcats lead it by 3. The pitch. Chop foul. Full count. Now Nash. Payoff pitch due for Nate Rodkey. And here it is. That was ball 3. Okay, my mistake. Grounder to third. Takes a nice hop for Colin Dunn. Over to first and 1 away. Dunn was playing up. Soft grounder, and I didn't walk on that infield before the game, but there have been some interesting hops this afternoon. 1 out for Bobby Hess, the right fielder. 0 for 1 with a couple of walks, and now umpires all converging. Budner walks away from the mound. We'll see what this is about. They were conferring about whether or not the runner was out at first, about whether the throw, I guess, drew Matt Zerfoss off the base. It did not. Seems to be what it was all about. Rodkey steps in now. First pitch, fouls it back. Nash Budner wants a different baseball. No balls and a strike on Hess. Boyd waiting on deck. The pitch by Budner is up high. It's 1-1. 7th inning. Homer Center with a run in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the 7th. This one chopped, and Dunn has to wait for it to get down. Throws it over. He's safe. It is an infield single for Bobby Hess. took that ball a long time to come down. And again, they've got the artificial turf batter's box in that whole batting area. And had that been on a dirt surface, it would have taken a normal route to call and done, but the high route bouncing off that rubberized surface. And that enabled Hess to get the infield single. This one is in the dirt. To Dimitri Boyd, 1 for 3 this afternoon with a base hit. That's a strike. It's 1-1. That's an interesting dynamic there with that rubberized surface in the batter's box. That's outside. It's 2 balls and a strike now on Boyd. Budner's pitch. 3-1. Hess off of first. A 3-1 pitch. Up high, ball 4. Tying run to the plate. One out. This should be the catcher Wright. They did pinch hit for him with Meese earlier, but Wright batted last time. And it is Wright. He is 0 for 2. In the dirt. A ball and no strikes. Juniata Valley, the number 1 seed in District 6 Class A, trying to fight their way back, trailing by 3 in the bottom of the 7th inning with 1 out and 2 on. That's a strike. Harpster, the number 9 hitter, due to bat next. Outside, it'll get through, go to the backstop. The runners will move up. Homer Center not as concerned with that because those 2 fellas can't tie this game. The guy at the plate can do that. Budner waits for a right to get back in there. Here's the pitch. That's outside. Nash pitches again, and that one is fouled off. And that was off the leg of Wright, or the foot. And that gave him an ouchie for a second. Second and third, 1 out. 7th inning. Nash Budner, the pitch. He swung at a ball there, up over his head, fouled it off. This one is up high, and that is ball 4, and the bases are loaded. And the winning run will come to the plate. Logan Harpster, the designated hitter. And looks like Kurt Krajosik will come out of the Homer Center dugout, call everybody together. At this distance, I'm guessing that's Kurt. Inning starter with a ground out by Rodkey. And a base hit by Hess on an infield single. Walks to Boyd and Wright. It's a Homer Center leading 5-2 here in the 7th. And Nash Budner to face Logan Harpster with Ethan Scalia coming out on deck. Harpster 0 for 3, reached on an error. First pitch swinging to the shortstop, Shimko. He'll go to third for the force, and he got him there. The run will come home. Hess makes it a 5-3 game. Right to second base. Harpster to first. 5-3 now for Scalia. 0 for 3 with a walk. 2 outs now. First pitch swinging, done. Fields on the bag. The Homer Center Wildcats. Wait a second. Home plate umpire rules it a foul ball. Colin Dunn fielded it, stepped on the bag. Third base umpire called him out. Home plate umpire said foul ball. They were that close. Wow. No balls and a strike on Scalia. That's down low for a ball. One and one on Scalia. 2 outs, runners on first and second. That one is chopped foul. And it's 1-2. Scalia, the pitcher of record for Juniata Valley. Nash Budner trying to shut it down, get the save, and send Homer Center into the District 6 championship game, where they could defend their title. Two strikes on Scalia. The stretch by Budner, the pitch. Line drive into center field, a base hit. They will hold the runner at third. This one gets away, breaking for home, and he's going to slide in safely. The runner at third was trapped because the runner at second base broke for third. Terrible mistake by Juniata Valley, and it works in their favor. Wright is forced to come home, and Homer Center can't make the play. Johns ends up at first base. Oh, boy. Two outs and runners on first and third. It's a one-run game at 5-4. Johns to the plate. 1 for 3. Singled, reached on an error, hit by a pitch. He scored twice. 2 outs, 1-0. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. The runner goes. And Juniata Valley people are screaming, and their coach comes out of the dugout, talks to the second base umpire, says, go talk to the home plate umpire. Something at second base where the runner got in on the stolen base, Scalia. I think the issue is, did Johns foul that pitch off? Did he get a piece of it, which would negate the stolen base and send the runner back? I don't know what it is, because somebody over there is very unhappy from the Juniata Valley side, and they've got runners on second and third. So whatever that issue is, second and third now. The winning run is at second base. Homer Center leading at 5-4. 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Budner. The pitch. Swung on and missed. 2 strikes now on Johns. It comes down to this. Nash went off speed on that pitch, got Johns out ahead of it. Now the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike three, and Homer Center now is the winner of the ball game. Whew. Nash Budner with the strikeout of Elijah Johns brings this game to an exciting conclusion. The Wildcats, a 5-4 victory over the top-seeded Juniata Valley Hornets. Homer Center is headed to the District 6 championship game for the second year in a row. And they will be taking on Claysburg Kimmel next week. Wow. That was something else. Our 5-star Mitsubishi postgame show coming up. 5-star Mitsubishi, it doesn't get better than this. We are back as the Homer Center Wildcats still alive and looking for a District 6 championship. It's Renda Digital TV.
Homer City Methodist Church and the Methodist Church of Blacklick are proud to cheer on our young athletes. Our churches are committed to helping everyone find success in life through faith, community, and giving. Sunday services in Homer City start at 9:30 and 11 in Blacklick. Our churches are also involved in outreach ministries by collecting new shoes to help people in developing countries start businesses of their own. Stop by, drop off shoes, and hear the message that changes lives. The Homer City Methodist Church and the Methodist Church of Blacklick, growing together, giving together, and making a difference.
Build your dreams with quality construction by Rado Inc., where our name says it all. No job too big or small. With over 40 years of experience, we cover everything from custom-built homes to precise masonry, proudly supporting the Homer Center Wildcats in the District 6 semifinals. Because like baseball, strong foundations lead to victory. Visit us along Red Maple Drive in Homer City or call 412-289-0382.
Since 1958, the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club has been the heart of youth sports in the Greater Homer Center School District. From spring to summer, the Boosters Sports Complex is alive, with kids learning the great games of baseball and softball, building skills, friendships, and future Wildcats pride. We're proud to be the foundation for varsity excellence. Good luck to the Homer Center Wildcats in the playoffs from the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club.
IRMC's Mountains Behavioral Health offers comprehensive mental health treatment with separate wings for adolescents, adults, and seniors. From anxiety to depression to schizophrenia and many other conditions, including dementia, Mountains Behavioral Health tailors its services to the medical, emotional, and social needs of its patients. Mountains Behavioral Health, exceptional personalized mental health treatment to help you feel better and thrive. Close to home on the IRMC main campus.
Homer City American Legion Post 493, a longtime backer of Homer Center Athletics, is pleased to be a part of today's broadcast and wishes the best of luck to the Homer Center Wildcats this season. Homer City American Legion Post 493 has served Homer City and our veterans for more than half a century. They are a staple of the community and believe in giving back. So have fun today, teams. Represent your communities well from your friends at the Homer City American Legion Post 493.
Robindale and its affiliated companies are proud to be a sponsor of all student athletes in the area. For nearly 2 decades, Robindale has been cleaning up refuse coal piles that dot and scar the western Pennsylvania landscape. To reclimate and beautify these areas, Robindale believes deeply in safety, compliance, and community responsibility. If you would like to become a part of the Robindale team, you can contact them at 814-446-6700, extension 122, or see how Robindale can assist your business at robindale.com.
build your dreams with quality construction by Rado Inc., where our name says it all. No job too big or small. With over 40 years of experience, we cover everything from custom-built homes to precise masonry, proudly supporting the Homer Center Wildcats in the District 6 semifinals. Because like baseball, strong foundations lead to victory. Visit us along Red Maple Drive in Homer City or call 412-289-0382.
We are back at Juniata Valley High School, where this afternoon the Homer Center Wildcats have held off the Juniata Valley Hornets to take this District 6 Class A semifinal baseball game by a final score of 5-4. And what a game it was. It featured a number of outstanding defensive plays, some timely hitting by both teams, and some not so timely hitting. Homer Center stranding 13 men on base, and Juniata Valley stranding 12. For the Wildcats, 5 runs on 7 hits, 13 left on base. They committed 3 errors, I believe. Let me check that total once more for the Wildcats. There were 2 on one play, and there's another. Yes, 3 errors by the Homer Center Wildcats in this game. And for Juniata Valley, as I said, the 4 runs, 8 hits, 12 men left on base, and they committed 2 errors. And I don't know what signal I'm getting there from my producers. I do know this, though. It continues to rain, and it rains pretty hard here. We want to wrap this up and get our equipment out of this rain because it's pretty expensive equipment. I don't know that Scott Bauer, the head coach, is going to make his way out here from all the way over on the other side of the field. Here's your Homer Center numbers from this game. Braden Rado, the leadoff hitter. Braden ended up on the afternoon 1 for 4. He scored 2 runs. He reached on a fielder's choice, stole a couple of bases, an RBI, and a key hit by pitch for Braden as well. That allowed a run to score. Nash Budner, he was 1 for 3, single, an RBI, a run scored, also a sacrifice bunt. Dom Shimko, who was the winning pitcher in this game, let's not lose sight of that. Dom, for the afternoon, was 1 out of 2 at the plate, an RBI double for him and a couple of walks. Eli Turk on the afternoon finishes 0 for 3 with a hit by a pitch. Drew Fisher drove in the first run of this game on a first inning single. He was 1 for 3, had the RBI, also walked and scored. Colin Dunn was 1 for 4 this afternoon, reached on an error as well. And Colin made a number of plays there at third base. Connor DeArmond was 0 for 1, a sacrifice bunt. He was hit by a pitch twice in this game, and he scored a run. Matthew Zerfas was 1 for 2, I should say, with the sacrifice bunt. Chase Schaup was 1 for 2. He also had a sacrifice bunt in this baseball game for Homer Center, and the Wildcats come away with this 5-4 win. Dom Shimko goes 5 innings and gets the victory. He gave up 2 runs, and Nash Budner goes 2. He gives up 2 runs as well. So the Wildcats will move on. They'll play Wednesday for the District 6 Championship and try to win it for a second straight year. And that'll be at Mount Aloysius, from what we understand. And it will be against Claysburg Kimmel, the winner yesterday over Northern Cambria. Our presenting sponsors this afternoon, Quality Construction and the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club. As we said, this rain is coming down harder and getting all over our equipment and us, and we're going to say goodbye to you for this afternoon, and obviously we'll be there with Renda Digital TV next Wednesday for this game. Thursday we'll be there for the District 6 AA Softball Championship with the West Shamokin Wolves as well, the 2 remaining teams alive from the Heritage Conference, at least in District 6. And thank you so much for Crosby. Thank you for your work on the camera today. Homer Center student does a wonderful job when he comes, and we appreciate him. Matt Lewis, he's a Homer Center grad too. How did I get here from Laurel Valley? Gentlemen, thanks so much to you. Thanks to everybody for listening as well. The 2 remaining teams alive from the Heritage Conference, at least in District 6. And thank you so much for Crosby. Thank you for your work on the camera today. Homer Center student does a wonderful job when he comes, and we appreciate him. Matt Lewis, he's a Homer Center grad too. How did I get here from Laurel Valley? Gentlemen, thanks so much to you. Thanks to everybody for listening. The Wildcats win it 5-4.